Hey, it's Ramsey Dewey over here in Shanghai, China. I'm here with my brother Joseph. He's visiting from Thailand.
Hi, everybody.
And Joseph is a massive Master Wong fan, and so he wanted to react to a Master Wong video, specifically one with Jim the Assistant, because Joseph is also a huge fan of Jim the Assistant. But
Yeah, that guy is awesome. Master Wong is obviously very, very strong, and Jim can take basically everything that Master Wong can throw at him.
Jim takes one for the team every time.
And are you sure his name's Jim? Because like Master Wong never actually says, "Hey, this is Jim." Well,
I
well, he
think he
might.
said it a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's like mispronouncing the name or something, because I mean that's within the realm of possibility. Maybe it's Tim, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's Jim. But I've noticed something about Master Wong's videos lately. Jim, the assistant, has been notably absent. And I felt kind of worried for a while because when I made a reaction video to one of Master Wong's rear naked choke videos, and I said he got these details wrong about it, and here's how to fix it and do it right, Master Wong got really mad. And he made this video where he just throttled Jim, and he's like, "How dare you tell me I'm doing this wrong?" And he just manhandled Jim a lot, and man, Jim really took some punishment in that one. So I was worried that
And that's probably the biggest reason that I'm a big Jim fan is because he like no that's the video where he Master Wong just kept at him and kept at him, and he kept Jim kept getting back up again and again and again.
yeah, man, for like 20 minutes, Jim just took some serious punishment, but he kept going, man. That dude has heart. But I started worrying, like, man, is Jim like dead or something? Did we take it too far? And Master Wong might have just taken, uh, you know, gone a little too far on Jim trying to prove a point or something. I don't know, but so I was looking through Master Wong's catalog of videos, and we finally found a video with Jim posted from about a month ago. So I'm assuming he's okay. So Joseph, are you ready to watch the last Master Wong video featuring Jim the Assistant?
Yeah, and are you sure this is Jim? Because it doesn't look like Jim. Is Jim bald?
I think that's Master Wong.
Oh, okay, okay.
So this video is titled "How to Use the Stroller to Defend Yourself" by Master Wong. So we're going to watch and react and get Joseph's candid reaction. Now we already did see the first 5 seconds or so because we were just trying to determine whether or not Jim was in this video. So yeah, are you ready?
Okay.
All right, let's set this up to full screen and let's go. That was amazing. Oh man. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man. If you have a weapon in hand, why not use it, man? Why not use it? Master Wong's going to clarify the technique here. Break it down.
Wait.
So as you take the stroller out,
So,
make sure to keep your head pointed in the opposite direction, just in
oh, so,
case.
so is this a additional technique of opening the stroller, like to defend yourself against a knife attack?
I think so. Either that, or you have to make sure the stroller is locked, so it's a rigid, blunt weapon to use against Jim the Assistant as he comes to attack.
Whoa.
Full on knife disarm.
Yeah.
Whoa, spinning stroller attack.
And I noticed he didn't do a stroller to the groin, which would be like easy for clicks. Wait.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. He went to the midsection rather than to the groin, which is
What?
very uncharacteristic of Master Wong.
Really, Master Wong usually does.
He's all about the groin attacks. He's like grab him by the groin, rip it off, stick it in his mouth. So you're being attacked with a guy without a weapon, but you have a stroller.
Whoa.
What if he grabs hold of the stroller? Okay. I bet Master Wong has a solution.
Wow, I did not see that coming. And
now he's free to do the spinning stroller attack once again.
wow.
Is he going to teach us multiple opponent defense? Got a little advertisement for Master Wong's Wing Chun training course right here. Don't worry, he'll get back to the stroller defense in just a minute. Obviously, he should have been paying attention. Apparently, Jim did not watch my rear naked choke tutorial. He still hasn't fixed that.
I think the guy's in pain.
He got the groin. He finally went for the groin. Is he saying get ready to shoot him with the stroller?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if he is also training us for using a machine gun, or if he has a special stroller that he's converted into a gun.
That's entirely possible. Although Master Wong lives in England, where personal ownership of firearms for civilians is illegal, so probably not. Master Wong and his attacker are now doing push-ups together.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Master Wong, is that he inspires everyone to work out better. And actually, have you seen Master Wong's app? It's really, really cool.
I have not. I heard he started
And
an app.
I actually downloaded it. I think you should download it too. Can people see on the? So anyway.
Oh wow, you really do have Master Wong's app.
Yeah. It's it is. Oops, I accidentally exited. Oh, keep playing. Oh, it's,
Yeah. The video is still going. It's
okay. Oh, like
some
2
extra
minutes?
information at the end.
Okay.
So while you're looking up the app, what do you think of Master Wong's toe shoes?
Whoa, I didn't even see them.
He's always wearing those toe shoes, man, like the Vibram 5 Fingers. I'm not sure if that's a specific brand. Here, let's just silence that for now.
Yeah. So anyway, Master Wong's app is really cool. It's it has this where you can like see Master Wong events, and then oops, I keep exiting his app. Okay, and then you can my favorite part is the shopping part, and on here you can get Master Wong's book. And I actually bought his book, but I used to be I used to be a top reviewer on Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Joseph was like number 100 something
87
187 ranked reviewer on Amazon
in the world.
Yeah, and at the time, like his arch nemesis on Amazon was George Takei, who was like right above him at the time. And Joseph, did you ever dream in your wildest dreams that your biggest rival would be Star Trek's Mr. Sulu?
No, I didn't, and when he was ranked higher than me, I was just furious.
Understandable.
And so I took it out by making more and more Amazon video reviews until I and then the biggest way that I defeated George is that I consistently kept making more videos, and then he went on and did something else, and then his ranking dropped off, and I was finally higher ranked than him.
Whoa, that that gave me a whole new perspective on this whole Master Wong thing. Now, a lot of people on the internet are saying that there's a beef between me and Master Wong, and like some sort of rivalry. And I really don't think there is, but assuming that's true, in order to win this beef, if you will, apparently the solution is simply make more videos than Master Wong.
Yeah, and have you written a book?
Um, I wrote part of a book. I wrote 12 chapters of a novel about 13 years ago,
Okay, and,
unpublished.
and it's like what Master Wong says: if you don't finish, then it doesn't count.
Uh, he's got a point there.
So anyway,
I guess I could finish by simply writing the end and then publishing it because it goes on for some time. And yeah. So, your thoughts about Master Wong's stroller defense video?
I think it was awesome. What would be even cooler is a vacuum cleaner, but people probably don't have vacuum cleaners in their cars, and
Some people might, if you're like a vacuum cleaner salesman, but I don't think those exist anymore. They used to, like back in the '80s, people were still doing door to door vacuum cleaner sales.
oh yeah, and then people that clean houses might have a vacuum.
Yeah, they used to do those old demos where they would come into your house, dump a bunch of garbage, dust and grime onto the floor, and then clean it up.
Oh yeah, or suck up the existing grime that you already have in your floor.
Yeah, and if there was a vacuum, especially with an independent power source like a battery, you could expand on Master Wong's stroller self defense quite a bit with like the rotating thing at the bottom, like smash that into the guy's face and really rub the skin raw in some unique ways.
So, so what do you think would be maybe even more effective than a stroller or a vacuum cleaner that one might have in one's trunk? There's, well, of course, like a gun, but you can't, like you said, you can't have guns in England. So what would be a better thing for self defense?
Well,
Some kind of heavy object that you have in your trunk.
I don't know, man. I mean, people generally, what do they keep in a trunk? A crowbar, a what do you
Yeah,
call?
but that's like expected. There are
Yeah,
tons of and
and obviously, if you use a crowbar to
oh,
smash somebody's
I
face
I
in,
know
you might go to prison for that.
a
But
skateboard.
a skateboard or a longboard, even better. You've got more torque when you swing it. So if you're
Hey,
using
hey,
like
and don't go all Master Wong on me. Don't hit me like I'm Jim,
yeah, man. So
because I'm not as robust as Jim.
yeah, I really appreciated Master Wong's spinning stroller attack. I mean, he could have just swung it like a baseball bat, but he did the full-on swing, like a spinning hook kick type of thing. But instead of a kick, it was the spinning stroller bash. I mean, that style points right there. So you could do the same thing with a longboard. This is my 7-year-old's longboard, and she's got a skateboard as well. So one thing I was thinking was, man, my kids are too old to have strollers now. We used to have strollers, and but yeah, they've outgrown them, and so it would be a shame if we were fiddling around in the trunk of the car and we didn't have a stroller to be able to use this technique when Jim the assistant attacks us from behind unexpectedly. So we definitely need an alternative. Now, I don't want to put words in Master Wong's mouth and say a stroller is a viable alternative because you can't hold it. I mean, a longboard or a skateboard is a viable alternative because you can't hold it like a machine gun like he was doing. Apparently, that's an integral part of the technique. But yeah, what about you, Joseph? What do you carry in the trunk of your car?
I live in Thailand, so I actually don't have a car.
Yeah, I live in Shanghai, China, and I actually don't have a car either. But sometimes like today, we rode from the airport back here to my apartment in a taxi, and you put your suitcase in the trunk of the car.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And my suitcase is 22 kilos, so that would be really cool if you did a self-defense with a 22 kilo suitcase video.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to test this out with common objects found in trunks of cars, such as suitcases or strollers or crowbars or um, bodies or just saying it's a possibility. Things you keep in the trunk of your car.
So anyway, you really should get Master Wong's ebook, because actually, if you get the ebook, I think I get like a £2 discount on his next ebook, and I've only
A
bought.
£2 discount? Whoa!
No, no, that's just for me. Nobody else gets it,
Oh,
um, but I think that. Yeah, yeah, and actually, I haven't read it yet because I'm kind of backlogged on the books I have to read, because I have to read like
well,
three of my dad's books still, my sister's book, my other brother's book, probably all my relatives like write books, and then also a friend of mine's book from Australia. I still have to read that, and then like two other books, because that's the problem with being a top Amazon reviewer is and that's my only complaint about Master Wong is he doesn't have his book on Amazon. He might have his book on Amazon UK, but not on Amazon US.
yeah, and it's
And
definitely not on Amazon China either.
and so anyway, one of my big motivations for reading books is to review them, and yeah, so anyway, that's a minor complaint compared to all the cool stuff that Master Wong does. And what was my point about Master Wong and
And the
his
book?
ebook? About being a top reviewer. So
Yeah,
so anyway, I just wish that he would put it on Amazon US.
yeah, definitely.
And
So,
it's like if you read an audiobook, it's like 9 hours usually for a book, and I think his books are like 40,000 words. So that would be like in theory like five hours, but the problem is I either read slow or like I'll read a paragraph and then like think about it a lot, and so for me I'm not sure if it actually like
is
is that much time, or it just like feels like it's like 40 hours for every like book that I read. And so actually when I was doing Amazon reviews, I was mostly doing electronics, like toasters and what are those things called that steam your vegetable steamers.
maybe.
Yeah, so anyway, those are the kinds of things that I reviewed, but anyway, I'm kind of getting off the subject.
Yeah, so does Master Wong have a an audio version of his book?
No, and actually, has anyone ever told you that you would make a great voice actor?
In fact, they have,
And
Joseph. They
and actually,
have.
not just voice actors. I was getting ahead of myself thinking of the movie production of Master Wong's book, but has anyone ever told you that you would make a great audiobook reader?
Uh, in fact, they have. Many of my
Because
commenters told me I
actually,
should read
Ramsey,
audiobooks.
you have a great voice.
No kidding.
Yeah. Has anyone ever told you that before?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay. And actually, like, we have the same genes, so I should have a great voice like you if it's just like based on genes. And I've listened to my voice and I've listened to your voice, and your voice is like way better than my voice. So
I don't understand it either, Joseph, because we're basically genetically identical. We have the same hair, we have the same basic facial structure, we we don't have the same color of eyes, but other than that,
and I think
we're
our ears are different, or our nose are. Oh, your nose. His nose used to be perfect. Like he used to get lots of compliments on his nose, but then he got hit in the face too much, and now I think our noses are identical.
pretty much true story. So yeah, do you think there will be a movie version of Master Wong's book?
I hope so, because that's a little bit easier to read. And like I said, I'm a little bit backlogged on it. But anyway, I felt really cool buying his book. And
Indeed. Now you're the only person I know who's actually bought Master Wong's book. There's probably somebody else out there, but
oh, that one guy I think bought Master Wong's book. The Icy Mike.
Icy Mike from Hard to Hurt.
Yeah, I think he bought Master Wong's book.
Maybe. I totally told
Or
him that.
he bought a bunch of stuff and he did a bunch of videos.
Yeah, he bought that oh, what was that? That really questionable self-defense system that kept playing um
Oh yeah, and
ads.
didn't he get like a fake credit card, or like a temporary credit card to?
Yeah,
Were
just
those
in
things?
case it was a scam, which it totally was. Yeah, Icy Mike totally took one for the team, man. He's like he's like Jim, but he makes his own YouTube videos.
Yeah, that guy is cool.
Indeed, indeed. Shout
So
out to
so
Icy
so wait
Mike.
so wait a minute. So you don't know anyone that besides me who's bought Master Wong's book?
I don't. I mean, most of the people I know are in China, and largely because of the Great Firewall of China cutting off the people of the People's Republic from American social media like YouTube. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I'm sure everybody in the entire country of China would own and religiously study Master Wong's book, probably memorizing every word.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I've only looked at it a little bit, but yeah, like I said, I have a big backlog of books to read.
But even so, you're probably the most competent authority on Master Wong's book that I've met so far. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's awesome. I would recommend it. Just the feeling I got when purchasing his book was awesome.
and that's the most important part of purchasing a book, after all, how you feel buying it, because that's a big part of the experience, right?
Yeah, and I don't know anything about self defense really. Well, I watch you. I watch Icy Mike. I watch Master Wong, and yeah, Master Wong's probably my favorite, and and yeah, it's all about it, and I don't know if I can actually defend myself, but I'm certainly going to keep watching Master Wong videos.
Well, let's go over a hypothetical situation now that we've seen Master Wong's self-defense video using the stroller as a weapon. Let's assume you have a stroller in the back of your car,
Okay.
and someone like Jim comes to attack you, possibly with a knife, and you have that stroller in hand. How much more prepared now do you feel for that very specific scenario than you did before watching the video?
So quite honestly, Master Wong is a lot tougher than I am. So and like so Master Wong's a lot tougher than I am. He just you saw him, that stroller looked really really heavy, and he just picked it up and just beat Jim with it like it was a crowbar. And that thing looks like it weighs like 50 pounds, because I don't know, maybe some strollers are light, but some strollers are super heavy. So
Yeah.
so I'm guessing I would still be picking the stroller up out of the trunk as Jim is knifing me from behind. So anyway, I personally I'm not prepared, but I know that Master Wong will be able to defend himself with the stroller, even though I probably can't.
No doubt. No doubt. Another pressing question I had after watching that video was, what exactly did Jim want from Master Wong? Was he trying to steal the stroller? Like, and if so, like, what's his life situation? I mean, is Jim like a struggling single
Oh,
father
oh
raising
yeah.
a baby, and
Actually,
he's like,
it's
man, where do I get a stroller from?
actually it's
He's
probably
turning to
because you know
desperate
how
measures.
it's actually not that bad, or it's bad stealing a stroller, but those things are expensive. Those like
Yeah.
if you're working minimum wage, and those, like, even a cheap stroller is like can be like a cheap stroller that's not going to fall apart is like $500, right? And then like the expensive strollers can be up to like $20,000 or $1,000, or
Yeah.
they're just really really expensive.
It's
So
rough for single dads out there who need a stroller.
and maybe he has a family. Maybe he has a family of like 10 kids already, and he's just had another one, and he just doesn't have the money. So yeah, that's a very likely scenario that Jim's a stroller thief.
Yeah, man, the struggle is real for Jim, man. In that
And
scenario.
actually, you know what it could be is, I have a Facebook friend, and she just this guy, or no, this lady came up to her with a kid and said, hey, um could you they were in a store, and she said, could you buy me some diapers and some formula? And so my friend, being a nice person, said, "Yeah, yeah, sure." And the first red flag, but it wasn't like a big enough red flag for her, because she ended up buying them, and then when she found out it was a scam, then she was a little bit embarrassed. But the first red flag was that she bought like super expensive baby formula. She wasn't getting like the regular brand or the cheap brand. She was getting the most expensive baby formula there was, and then I guess she got the formula that didn't match the diapers. Like the diapers were like for 3 to 5 years, and the baby formula was for like 2 to 4 months.
Yeah. Was this like a scam to return the products or to resell them or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. So anyway, afterwards, then after she realized she got scammed, then she went back to the store, and then it was something like that. So this lady got her money and probably returned, and the people said they probably returned it to another store. So it could be that Jim is just stealing these premium strollers that probably Master Wong has a premium stroller.
Yeah, that
And
did look like a pretty nice one.
and then he's just returning it for or like maybe even the pawn shop, because probably Jim could get like $200 for that like $1,000 stroller at the pawn shop.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like generally, when I go to a pawn shop, I think I'm usually looking at the guitars since I play guitar and that's something I'm into. And the first thing I think about when I see the guitars at a pawn shop is I wonder how many of these were stolen, because I actually did have one of my guitars stolen, and it was recovered at a pawn shop. So I got my stolen guitar back, fortunately.
And actually, this is like a random tangent, but you have in this room, which we can't actually like turn around, but you have one, two, three, four, six guitars here. There's probably like 5 or 6 that I can't see, but
Yeah.
I've never actually heard you on your YouTube channel talk about your big collection of guitars.
Yeah, so I've got a big collection of guitars. Oh,
And
speaking.
and actually, my question is, why haven't you ever talked about, or have you ever talked about your guitars on your YouTube channel?
You know, I used to like 13 years ago when I started my YouTube channel when it was incredibly unpopular, and I have some videos of me playing guitar back then. So I just assumed that nobody wanted to watch me play guitar anymore, so I stopped doing that and just kept talking about martial arts and stuff
Wow, for 13 years.
for 13
And
years.
and actually, a guitar would be a great self-defense
That is
weapon.
exactly what I was thinking. If you don't have a stroller, there are probably plenty of guys out there who don't have kids who do have a guitar. So you might not have the stroller in there, but and this is a technique that was taught to me by my friend Brent Dugan back in college. He's from Texas, and apparently in Texas they call this technique the El Kabong, where you take the guitar or the bass or the big Mexican bass, which is like double the size of a regular
Wait,
acoustic bass.
is this an Antonio Banderas, or the
It's a mariachi instrument, yeah.
yeah? Wasn't he
and-
in El Mariachi?
Yes, he was in the mariachi,
Okay,
the
okay.
Robert Rodriguez film, yeah.
I'm sorry, am I spoiling your story?
No.
Or is
But
this?
but the idea
It's a
is you,
different
you
technique.
take the guitar by the handle, and this will destroy your guitar. So if you're the type of person who is like, well, if I can't have it, nobody will, then this is a great technique for you. So if Jim comes up behind you and you don't have the stroller and all you have is a guitar, swing that thing at him exactly like Master Wong showed, and that's the El Kabong.
Wow.
But I've never heard of the spinning El Kabong technique with a guitar, so we'll have to test that out at some point. In my collection, I do have a really cheap guitar that I bought for about 90,
Hey, I see what you're
Why?
thinking. Don't do it, Ramsey. Don't do it.
which is the equivalent of about 12 US dollars. So it's. I mean, I hate to destroy a musical instrument, but it's more expendable than the others. Just saying, it's something we could test. If we had somebody as loyal as Jim the assistant who's willing to take that type of beating. And I think that's where Master Wong's channel really shines, is a guy like Jim who's able to take the licks. Whereas on my channel, when we test out stuff with knives, they're rubber knives, they're fake knives. So when we get stabbed, we don't really die, we don't really bleed out or anything. But man, Jim, that dude's on another level.
So how did you know it was Jim? Because he's got a mask. All you can really see is his eyes.
You know, that's right. I guess I just recognized him from the general eye and brow area. Um, you know what? That maybe that
And
wasn't Jim.
and then
Maybe
actually my suspicion is Master Wong punched Jim too hard and broke his nose and his mouth.
so. Maybe all this stuff we've been saying about Jim this whole time is just a bunch of crap. And
No,
Jim
I
quit, so they got a Jim stand-in to wear the hoodie and the mask to make us think it was him.
hey, I know Jim, and Jim's not a quitter.
You're right. Jim would never quit on us. And now it's been a month since we've seen Jim, at least Jim with his face covered. So, Master Wong, if you're watching, bring Jim back. Show us Jim's face. Let us know he's still alive, okay?
I want that too, Master Wong, and I'm one of your biggest fans.
Yeah. So, I think that about covers the Master Wong reaction video, unless you have other reactions you'd like to bring forth.
No, and actually, my only well, I just really like Master Wong's app.
Yeah,
And
so
have you thought about getting an app? And have you thought about doing voice acting on your app?
huh. You know, maybe we should outsource that. Get like someone else to do my voice because people hear my voice so much on my YouTube channel. If they bought an app, they'd be like, "Oh man, not this guy again! This guy with his stupid fake voice." Because that's another one of the most common comments I get, at least negative ones, is that I'm faking
Hey,
my voice.
wait a minute. You said on your 100,000 subscriber thing that you weren't going to pay attention to any more negative comments.
You're right. I just broke my own rule. Oh man. I let the naysayers win just now. Thanks for setting me straight, Joseph.
Hey, anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. So, with that said, don't let the naysayers get you down. You heard it from my brother. And my brother is never wrong.
Whoa.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and train.